All right, so we got the 208 spoilers, and this chapter is truly insane. Like, huge reveals, big moments finally happening. Like, we're really progressing the plot, but also, like I said, just getting a big, exciting reveal here. But before I get into it, let me just quickly go over what had happened in the previous chapter. So Choso stepped back in to help Tsukumo take on Kenjaku, and they were a little bit successful in the beginning, but this allowed Tsukumo to heal herself, you know, coming off of the damage that she took from Kenjaku in the chapter before that. And she was taking it to Kenjaku again until he revealed that he can make like these mini Uzumakis, and he started firing them off at Tsukumo. Just messed her up again. But then the second one just went right through her stomach. That's where the chapter ended, seemingly with Tsukumo being killed here or on the verge of death. And I guess the chapter opens with a Choso flashback moment about his brothers, where he regrets his choice to live as a curse and resigned to leave Yuji because if he sticks on, he believes that he'll only hurt Yuji. But then we're coming back to Tsukumo, and she says that she got sliced in half, but is miraculously still moving. But she creates a black hole and destroys the area. So yeah, you read that right. I guess Tsukumo is doing like her maximum technique, or is this like her domain? I mean, she could be activating her domain here. It's really hard to tell, but it seems like she's at least using her maximum technique, which literally creates like a black hole. Like, think about Gojo's blue technique, but like times 10. Like, this thing is huge and it's sucking in everything around them. Like, this whole area is being destroyed. And when she activates it, Kenjaku's like being sucked into it, and Tsukumo says, I myself am not affected by the mass adjusted by Star's Wrath, but that's just up to a certain density. So I guess Star's Wrath is her maximum technique, where she just creates a black hole. And then the narration says, in a super dense, highly gravitational black hole, not just any matter, even light can escape it. It's said that one can create it by compressing Earth's density to a diameter of about 2 centimeters. So yeah, really crazy development here. But going further, Kenjaku says that he told Yuki to die as a human, and he survived the black hole using Kaori's innate technique of anti-gravity, and felt Tengen is similar to Sukuna for some reason. Says goodbye, my friend. Tengen appears and observes the battle, ends up curling up into the tree roots unconscious. Okay, so whoa, a lot to break down here. So Kenjaku is surviving the black hole here, which is understandable, but I think Tsukumo is dying in the process. And as for it saying Kaori's innate technique of anti-gravity, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's mentioned in this chapter who Kaori is and that Kenjaku got their curse technique, but apparently this is anti-gravity and not the standard gravity that he's been using before. Not really sure. I'm really confused by this, but Kenjaku, I don't know, might even have a 5th curse technique, or this is his 4th one maybe, where it's anti-gravity, and this allowed him to survive Tsukumo's black hole technique. And as for Choso, I'm not sure if he survived this. I'm assuming that he did. I doubt Tsukumo would do this to just off him as well. But first, let's talk about Wondershare Any3D. So Wondershare Any3D is a pretty straightforward program. It allows you to convert any video you want into a 3D video. And this program is simple and efficient. Like, it's not complicated, it takes no time to learn, and it actually allows you to convert it into 2 types of 3D videos. The first being a lensless one, which means you don't need glasses to see it, and the second is for like a standard 3D video that you would see in like a headset or something. And you can also choose between horizontal and vertical. Wondershare Any3D even allows you to preview it as it's being exported, which is pretty cool. At first I put in my Chainsaw Man review, but then I realized it was probably better to use some stock footage, and the results I got were pretty cool. Like, this is actually 3D and you don't need glasses to see it. So guys, if you're looking for an awesome program to make some cool 3D videos, check out the link in the description because you'll be able to download Wondershare Any3D there, or you can also search it on YouTube. But again, link is in the description. Thanks guys. But as for Kenjaku saying that Tengen is similar to Sukuna for some reason, that's really interesting too. Because after Kenjaku survives the black hole, he walks up to Tengen, and Kenjaku's like, you know, why did you choose that form? It's almost like, and we see the true form of Sukuna like head on, like portrait style, which we haven't fully seen before. I mean, we have seen him looking at us, but it's always like from an angle or something, but this is just straight on, and he does look similar to Tengen. And we've mentioned this before about, you know, how Tengen has the 4 eyes, and Sukuna has the 4 eyes as well, and like half of his face is warped, and we thought that it was like a mask or something, but now it's not looking like a mask. Now it's looking like it, you know, his standard face is actually warped. And Tengen doesn't really say anything about this, but I think this means that Sukuna is in a similar boat to Tengen for sure. Like, they're both ascended past whatever human forms they had. Now they're becoming like curses or something because of it. And we know that Tengen was able to do this by using his curse technique, you know, immortality, that allows like his, I don't know, soul or something to go from body to body. So that's how he's able to maintain his humanity and not divulge into what they are now. But I don't think Sukuna has that. He's definitely doing something else to achieve this. But I think it's implying that he is ascended, similar to how Tengen is. And then it says that Tengen appears and observes the battle, but ends up curling up into the tree roots unconscious. So yeah, we do see Tengen like pretty much done. I don't know if he's dead, but he is like curling up and he's naked. And it looks like Kenjaku's saying, "Farewell, my friend." So yeah, we kind of assumed that they definitely knew each other for a while. They're both coming from at least the Heian era. And it was Tengen that told us everything about Kenjaku. Like, already knew Kenjaku's name and everything. So they do have a history, and they could have possibly been friends back in the day until, you know, Kenjaku decided to do what he's doing now. Before dying, Tsukumo tells Choso, "Today as a curse you die, but you live on as a human." All right, so I guess this is confirming that Tsukumo has in fact died. And yeah, I mean, we were speculating about this, but I also thought it was like 50-50. Maybe she was going to live on. And no, she's straight up dead here. And I did say that she was like a prime candidate to fulfill this duty because she has been around for a while, but we've only like seen her in small increments, and it's more so hype, if anything. And now that she's finally shown what she's capable of, she's essentially just become a grand jobber to Kenjaku. And a lot of people have been saying like, "Oh no, please don't be the new Star and Stripe." But she definitely is very similar to that. If you follow My Hero, there's another super powerful, tall, blonde character, just like Tsukumo in that series, and showed up and wound up serving the same purpose as Tsukumo's. And of course, I just won't chalk it up to her completely just being a jobber or whatever. There is more purpose to what she has done and what she is going to do, you know, posthumously. But yeah, it seems like she's gone very quickly. But Choso's alive, and I guess that's a positive that we could take away from this. I mean, it could have been worse. You know, Choso could have died as well. End of chapter note plus preview says, Tengen falls into the hands of a friend from who knows when before, Kenjaku. Where shall the world be headed? So yeah, like we talked about, they were probably friends before in whatever kind of structure the Jujutsu world had back in the day. And I guess Kenjaku broke away from that along with Sukuna. And I guess Kenjaku is absorbing Tengen here. Like, there's really no one else to stop him. Tengen is done. Looks like Tengen got hurt from the black hole as well, possibly. Or something else happened. I think something else happened, actually. I don't really know because I haven't seen the chapter. But Tengen is definitely done here. And if Kenjaku absorbs him, then, you know, we're very close to the end game here. I mean, at least of Kenjaku's plan of creating that big, crazy curse thing, you know, along with absorbing the people from Japan. So, man, I'm really excited to see what happens here, because the next chapter is just going to take us, I assume, back to Yuji and them, maybe. Or we just see Kenjaku summon the big, giant curse. But let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments, guys. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.